Jerry, it's Amy Cho. How are you? Big congratulations on winning the online golf lesson giveaway. Yay! Thank you so much for filling out the questionnaire, and I took a look at your golf swings. So basically, you've been golfing for about 2 months. You're fairly new and you've been working on your fundamentals, and you've gone through my beginner series videos. Now you're on the half swing lesson, which is great. I really truly like your rhythm. It's very natural and it's very consistent, but we do need to get a couple things going today. I'm going to just retouch up on your fundamentals, and then I'm going to change 2 things in your golf swing, because my goal today is really get you to going in the full swing direction. So I'll make it as easy as possible and AIMEEFY it for you, so you're able to work on it on your own. That way you'll be able to master your full swing and be ready to move on to, 3-woods and drivers and eventually get out on the golf course. So let's get started with the full swing today. Okay, so if you take a look at your golf swing, you have a fairly small backswing, maybe half swing or a little bit smaller, and your finish is a little bit bigger than that. Your rhythm, as I've mentioned earlier, is very consistent and smooth and looks very natural. Your setup is consistent as well. Let's touch up on a couple things in the setup. When you set up now the ball position, because I believe you mentioned it was a 7-iron swing. So the ball position was too far back in the stance. I want it either in the middle of your stance or slightly like a ball left of the middle. So right here is where I would love your ball position to be. And then when you take your setup, I love how carefully you place your hands in the right positions. Only one thing in your grip. Now the V on your trail hand is pointing at your lead shoulder. I need you to rotate that right hand under ever so slightly so that V is pointing at your right shoulder. But all of these are linked because the ball position is too far back in the stance. You have the right arm straight and left arm bent. And this ball position is probably promoting these arms to be straight and bent the opposite way than the way we want it. And then this V is probably pointing over there because of all of this combined. Now the ball position is either in the middle or left of the middle. Now we really want to make sure that V on the right hand is pointing at the right shoulder, and we want to straighten the left arm, and then bend the right arm ever so slightly. So you're dropping this right elbow and making sure this right elbow points at your right pocket instead of the other way around, right? So this ball position and the right grip, and just kind of correcting your left arm straight to right arm bent. All of these are linked. So let's check on those 3 things. One more thing down the line, your upper back is a little bit round. I don't know if it has a lot to do with your natural posture. This could be something we have to get better with through golf fitness, just strengthening your back muscles so you're more straighter with your whole entire back in the setup. You might be able to give me a better feedback, whether it's just your kind of natural posture or you're just that way in the golf posture, then we'd have to straighten that up. So 4 things in the setup, right? So ball position, right hand goes under, left arm is straight, right arm is bent, back is straighter. Now, when you take it back, your hands are here. You're kind of accustomed to the rhythm you have going on right now, I think. So we're gonna have to break that a little bit. So I'm going to get your hands to moving all the way up to your ear high. But when you do that, we're gonna throw the rhythm off. So we're gonna add one more to not ruin your rhythm so much. We want that beautiful rhythm to keep going even though you're taking it back bigger. So one more thing in the swing. If you take a look in the downswing, instead of using your hips to throw your hands through, your hips aren't really doing much, and it's really the hands that are swinging through. But when we do the body swing, we have the hips throwing the hands through this way. So we have to kind of revisit that, and we're gonna use that to lengthen your backswing. So first of all, we're gonna take the club shoulder width apart, wider than shoulder width apart, and then we're gonna take it back. As we take it back, I need you to push with the left palm until the left hand becomes same height as your trail ear this way. So you're going to turn you're right about here. You're going to turn just a little bit more extra to get this hand a lot higher. And when you're doing this, we're not gonna just go turn and just wait for you to finish that motion, as you are pushing the left hand to ear high, you're going to initiate your hip turn. So that way, as soon as you're done pushing, because the hips have started earlier, your hands are gonna throw through. Does that make sense? So you're pushing, 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 and then hips are starting a smidgen earlier, okay? Let's do that again. So wider than shoulder width apart, you're going to push on the left palm until the left hand is ear high, and while you're completing that push and turn, you're going to make sure you're turning your hips through that way. So push and the hips turn through a little bit earlier, right before you complete your backswing, okay? So you push, 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 and the hips swing the arms through. So once you understand how much more you have to turn to get your left hand ear high, and plus as you're completing that push, your hips are already turning the other way. Once those two things feel a little bit more comfortable in your body, we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing by gripping the club this way. So left hand is pushing until it gets ear high, and as you're getting to that point, the hips have already gone through. So it goes push, 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 and the hips are going through. It's going to feel really weird, but at least the rhythm's going to be flowy instead of push, 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 stop, and then the hips try to go very robotic. We don't want that. So we're trying to keep your beautiful rhythm going by push, 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 and the hips are simultaneously starting as you are completing that hand to get up to ear high. So once your practice swings become a little bit more comfortable, we're gonna go ahead and hit the golf ball with about 60% speed. We're not quite fully ready to hit at it full speed, just kind of quietening it down. We're gonna go push, 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 hip through as you are finishing your backswing. You see how early my hips are ready to turn the other way, right? So it goes push, 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 and let it get to ear high. And as you're completing, your hips are already starting down. Two things, push, push, push. Once you can get your left hand to be ear high, you realize that your swing is close to full swing. Right now, it looks uncomfortable for you to get past that half swing mark, but with this drill, we're really going to get you in that higher position to get you completing your full swing. And also, we're letting your hips lead the downswing because your arms are leading. So this way you're gaining power and your sequence is getting correct and you're not losing your rhythm, which is very important, and we're completing that full swing. So in the setup, we worked on the ball position, the right hand grip, V pointing at your right shoulder, left arm straight, right arm is bent, and the back is a little bit straighter than what you have right now. 4 things in the setup. During the swing, we did focus on 2 things, left hand getting to the ear high instead of halfway, and then as you are completing that backswing, your hips are starting a little bit earlier, so downswing is led by the hips, not the arms. I know there's a lot going on, but work on your setup and your swing separately. You will get them pretty soon because I know you work pretty hard. You said you practice at least twice a week, which is fantastic. Before you start the practice, let me know if you have any questions on what I've mentioned today. And during your practice, if you have any concerns, please let me know. And once you're ready, send me an updated swing so I can make sure you're on the right track. That way we can really get that full swing going for you. Super happy that you won the online golf lesson giveaway. Thanks for entering once again. Happy golfing, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks, Jerry.